Two dudes reviewing the news, pop culture, video games, movies, and shoes. Quincy and Justin with a nerdy forecast. So stay a while and welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast.
Welcome to the Ugly Mugs Podcast. I'm your host, Quincy.
And your other host, Justin.
I gotta say, I really do love our intro music.
Yeah, I do too.
That's a great little jingle.
Yeah.
Shout out to just Saki.
Saki Squid Rings.
Okay, Saki Squid Rings for making that for us. Thank you.
Follow her on Twitter. She follows some really interesting things.
Don't follow me on Twitter. You're just gonna get nerd shit. Wait, no, do follow me on Twitter. That's why you're here.
Correct. And also follow me. Links in the description.
His isn't as nearly as awesome as mine. No. I hurt your feelings, didn't I? Oh, great. He's going to bring it up. While he's doing that, I'm going to start with the fact that we both kind of went with a theme today. I have Starbucks espresso mix for my coffee, and he has, for his tea, hidden off in the wild blue yonder, is a Teavana, which is also technically Starbucks. I actually made this as a espresso. I got an espresso maker. I actually made it as a latte, technically, but I did a couple extra shots of espresso with it. So, I'm going to give it a shot. Strong. Not overpowering, but doesn't get destroyed by my creamer, which I do use my creamer in the milk section where you would froth it for the latte.
Yes.
I like it. What about yours? What is yours?
It's a Teavana Beach Bellini. And I made the joke of maybe I should, have some vodka with it. Haha, funny joke, alcoholism. But on a more serious note, it's good. It's really good. Only,
I like it?
Yeah, maybe half a thing of sugar, and it already has that nice full flavor to it.
Yeah, Lauren picked that one out for you, so I wasn't sure.
Oh yeah, I can get down with this on any day of the week.
Yeah, she really likes the Teavana ones. I don't remember which one she normally gets.
They actually use like that the dried fruit, which brings it out. It really does.
Lipton has one like that where they use the dried fruit, and it's also done in like the triangle bags, kind of like that. It's really good. He's now showing you guys his Twitter because he wants to prove how funny he is.
Or interesting.
Yeah, mine recently has been just a lot of me talking to wrestlers from AEW, and I did a lot of like Joe Bob stuff when we were watching his show live and stuff like that.
Speaking of which, how is all the newer stuff
for Joe Bob?
Mm-hmm.
So problem is Lauren went back to work, and she works when it's airing. So we're not watching it live, so we're not part of the tweet conversations. But it's still good. What sucks is that because we couldn't watch last week's live, the movie they did, one of them will not actually be available for the rewatch for quite some time. So we missed out on that. But it's good. His final episode premieres this week, and I actually have something news about that. So when his final episode premieres, we're going to get the Ethereal Film Festival afterwards, which is a women filmmaker film festival that happens in California every year. But due to the COVID and whatnot, they're closed. So they're going to do it as soon as Joe Bob ends on Shudder, which is great because everyone that's not on this coast that never gets to go to this actually gets to see some of the amazing films. Most of it's horror, but it's not a horror exclusive thing. It's just kind of what a lot of them do.
Yeah, it's what Joe Bob do.
Yeah. If you want to pull up the image for it, it's just the Ethereal Film Festival. I think you'll like the image. It's very up your alley.
You ain't gotta tell me twice. And then
no.
Nope, just images then.
Nope.
Nope.
Okay. Pull up Joe Bob on oh no, because it's at the end of a video. Never mind. It's kind of this thing with an eye and tentacles. You'd like it.
I would like it.
So what we forgot. Okay, last week we were all over the place.
We were a little excited because of this, the whole camera and
the wild blue yonder of streaming.
And now
that's twice I've used that in the stream. I gotta stop.
We got clean shirts on. We're not dirty people.
Fuck you. My shirt was clean.
I'm talking about me.
Okay.
I wore that shirt 2 days in a row.
Oh.
Yeah, I was.
Mine needs a lint roller because of the cat, but it's clean. It's fresh out of laundry. Yeah,
it's just we were uncoordinated in our attack, our assault on Twitch.
Okay, wait a minute. You ready? Let me rephrase this. Because of the cat's blanket. We gave the cats this fuzzy blanket. You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
And Lauren washed it, and then she threw it in the dryer, but she didn't realize it was already closed in the dryer. and it left the lint from the blanket on all of our shirts.
Oh no!
So it's on all of them. It's so annoying. Like, this one's not that bad, but there's some where I pull the shirt out and I'm like, this just looks like the blanket now. Like, this is just the blanket.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
So, it's all right. It happens.
Right,
pet ownership and whatnot. That is silenced, right?
It is silence today. Okay. No beep boop today.
So there's a lot we missed last time around that is part of our normalness. There's a few things that we wanted to go over that we forgot to. So
we cut it down a little bit on gaming because we were like, well, we kind of want to split it up and we want to run today's cast a little short because, you know, we got movies going on and we kind of started a little late. My fault. Just like today, we started a little late. My fault.
Well, we get lunch and then we have to deal with tech problems because for some reason there's always a tech problem because technology just does not like us. That's why people are scared of technology.
But everything seems to run pretty nicely. It just took us an extra second to get what you guys are seeing around. You know, this is nice. I like this little setup.
No, it's good.
We will be thanking right now IGN, Steam, Humble Bundle, all that for sources of visuals. We're doing it as fair use, which is of education. We are not exactly teaching you anything, but we are showing you a showcase of what is interest in pop culture, which does involve video, but we will not be using any audio from any of these sources.
And furthermore, to be clear, we come with our own notes. We are not going to verbatim everyone's writing,
unless it's a tweet or
like a quote. That's different.
Yeah,
but we're not going to rip off an article.
No. We will have our own statements of certain things. If we notice something, let's say this fucking amazing Gundam trailer that caught me last week.
Is that muted?
Yes, it is. It is beautifully muted for them.
Okay.
Even if it plays for, I don't think it'll play for us. No, I'm double checking. Yep, no, it won't play for us.
I was like, wait a minute.
Yeah, I got. See, I am on top of it. Let's go. But, you know, we'll be able to at least have the visual with what we're seeing instead of going, oh, you know, it's just 2-on-2 battle, that. Sure, we can say that, but now we have the visual.
Yeah, you can see it.
Yeah.
There's been plenty of things where we've told you to go look them up, and I'm sure most of you didn't.
Yeah. So now we'll do it for you.
Yeah.
So I'm a big fan of Gundam. I've been a fan of Gundam since just before Wing. I don't remember what it is. But this one has almost all the Gundam through the generations, starting with AE 41, I think. It has the original Gundam. It has just all generations. So it has Wing. It's got Sandrock. It's got all the good ones from Wing. It's got all the ones from Gundam Z, Double Z, Unicorn, Seed. Like, I can go on for ages with what I know about Gundam. There's a few that I'm not a big fan of, but I'm super happy for giant robots.
I never...
We know the true statement here. Chicks dig giant robots.
But is it wrong to pick up a girl in a dungeon?
Goon wants me to watch that.
I heard it's good. I haven't started it.
Goon wants me to watch that one, and the day I got reincarnated as a slime.
Have you watched the Assassination Classroom yet?
I've watched the first season. It's like,
oh, it's so good.
I've heard.
It got to the point that me and Lauren had to slow down because we don't want it to end. We don't want to reach the end. We were watching it too fast. Before we get too far into the news, first of all, I like Gundam. Mech suits, awesome. I never followed the story though. I just caught random episodes of shit.
That's fine.
So that'll be something I have to eventually sit down and watch them.
There are a few that I don't recommend, such as Unicorn. I'm not a big fan of Unicorn. Unicorn kind of bothers me. If you like racial stereotyping through a Japanese, like this one here, it would be G Gundam. It is very much I'll say it. It's stereotypical racism, but it kind of does. I don't want to say it doesn't in a good light because it doesn't.
Does it bring attention to it? Is that the goal of it?
The one from Switzerland literally is a giant windmill.
Okay.
The one from, I believe it's either Mexico or Spain, has a Spanish-style costume garb with the poncho and a Mexican-style hat. I think it's sombrero.
Sombrero.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And I'm just like, oh, no.
I mean, things the countries are known for, it's a kind of a blurry line. I don't know where we fall on that in today's day and age. But yeah, before we get too far into that.
Yes.
we brought movie nights back, and we didn't tell you guys because we were so jumbled last week.
We were very jumbled.
So,
but to be fair, you didn't have a second movie until later on that
very
night.
true. I had troubles with the second movie tonight, but I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we watched 2 movies. Summer School and One Crazy Summer.
It was okay.
Okay. So Summer School, Mark Harmon, 1984. He was fresh off of doing the Ted Bundy TV movie.
What was it called again?
Summer School.
Summer School, right.
He was fresh off of doing the Ted Bundy TV movie because that's actually what made the director want him. Liked the way he smiled in the interview processes.
87.
87. Okay, I was way off. It's 63% on Rotten Tomatoes, 27 on Metacritic, 6.6 out of 10 on 9 Google users always coming in high, 89%. Where do you put it?
I put it at the 89.
You like the 89?
Now, Metacritic's 27. I'm confused. I am very confused. I'll admit, it was very entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Mark Harmon destroyed every expectation as far as, I'm just a gym teacher. You're expecting me just to babysit these kids for an entire summer and call it a day. They have no hope of passing. I don't care. You get that emotion from him. And it follows that up until the very end when they're like, you know what, you're right. The kids are like, you're right. Fine, we will, adhere to your whims. Here's what we're asking. Thank you for giving us what we want. Sorry for wrecking your fucking car. And then still demanding stuff like a spoiled little
couch
brat.
on fire.
Lighting your couch on fire, killing your goldfish.
He actually burnt himself in that scene. The couch went up faster than they expected, and Harmon actually had to put it out. Yeah.
Ugh. Well, I'm very happy for him. Like he seems like a really cool dude.
There is some drama with him and NCIS over the last couple of years. Everything I've heard, he's amazing. He's a big prankster. There's one thing I don't trust about this man. He doesn't like coffee. Does not drink coffee like his character on NCIS does. He's lying to us. He was great in Freaky Friday, the remake with Lindsay Lohan and don't tell me. I can't believe I'm forgetting her name.
I got it. Ready?
Go ahead.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
People are gonna fucking kill me.
No, they're not.
I love that woman too.
I have a hard time with names just because I don't think that way. It's like I can see the face. I know who that is. Name just drops.
Yeah.
It's not anything personal, of course. It's just me small brain. You big galaxy brain.
But the actress Polly Peretta from NCIS that played the character Abby for the majority of the show's run left the show and originally was leaving it very vague as to why. And then later bits of it came out that it was because of Mark, and then she kind of went back and forth on like the reasonings for Mark. There was talks that he brought his dog on set and the dog bit someone. She also talked that he punched one of her friends on set, and she like posted photos of a guy's eye all messed up. And she just says that she will never work with him again because she doesn't feel safe. And I'm not saying none of that happened. I'm saying either tell the story or don't tell the story. Don't just give us little bits. So, in my book, I like Mark Harmon a lot. I like a lot of what he's done. He's even done like TV movies for USA that I liked.
I don't mind him.
Or CBS.
I haven't seen NCIS, so I guess I don't really have that aspect of him. But
it's good. NCIS, Naval Criminal Investigation Services. Basically, they're cops or detectives that investigate crimes involving naval officers.
Oh,
it's really good. The guy that plays the kid, not voices the cat, but actually plays the kid in Hocus Pocus. The one that gets turned into the cat.
Binks.
Yeah. The one that plays the actual person version. He's in it.
Oh, okay.
It's a spinoff from Jag, actually.
That's what I was about to ask you. I was like, is it kind of like Jag? But
yeah, it's actually a spinoff from Jag. Mark Harmon's character and one other character show up in Jag first, and then it got its own series, which is hilarious because now it has spinned off to 2 other series, NCIS New Orleans and NCIS LA. LA has LL Cool J and Chris O'Donnell.
LL likes being in a lot of things. But I mean, my grandfather liked Jag. I watched a couple episodes when I was way young. I don't know. I don't think I would lean out for it. personally.
I think the issue with JAG is it's too much of the politics part of it.
Yeah.
NCIS is the investigation, catching the criminals, that whole part. So
then maybe.
really, it's the whole cast that does it. They have really interesting characters.
So for One Crazy Summer, and I like how this cuts off. Like it shows the name of the and all the numbers.
I'm curious for future casts. Can we cut off the tabs so that they don't see our future stories?
Yeah. I'll get.
Don't worry about it now. I'm just because
Yeah.
now they're like, wait a minute, what are they talking about up there with like the fourth one over? Oh, I'm curious.
Yeah.
But So One Crazy Summer.
6.5 out of 10 on IMDb, 56 on Rotten Tomatoes, 47 Metacritic, and 86% like this movie through Google. I'm gonna kind of stick with the 6.5. It was entertaining. I just,
John Cusack, Demi Moore.
They both played their roles well, but it doesn't really. It didn't excite me.
The bad guy in this is the one that's he's on the horse in Animal House and gets knocked off of it, but he's also the "What are you gonna do with your life" guy from the Twisted Sister music videos.
Oh yeah.
I enjoy it. It's good. I always felt the animation moments kind of were like they took you a little bit out of it, but I wasn't mad at them. Yeah, Bobcat in it. You've got Curtis Armstrong in it. It had a decent cast.
It's just not a lot of substance though. Like you're going to Rhode Island, but you're not giving me any Eldritch horror. Come on. On a more serious note, it played to a really good stereotype of I'm going home to do the family business, whether I like it or not. Sure, I could go off to college to do what I want, but that seems like also a bore. And I just want to relax during summer vacation. And that's kind of what they do. Through a little bit of happenstance, John Cusack picks up Demi Moore in a literal restroom.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen the movie, don't take that out of context.
She's hiding from people. He went in to use the restroom.
And then hijinks ensue since then. The guy who played his friend.
Spacing on the name. I know him from something else.
I'm bringing it up.
There you go.
Joe Murray. So Joe Murray, I would love to have seen him as Foggy in Daredevil.
He would have been decent Foggy.
He would have been a fucking amazing Foggy, just because of the way he pulls lines.
I do really like the Foggy we got, though.
The Foggy we got is fine. It's just whenever he deals any of the serious lines, I find it to be not his character, not how he's emoting. I don't mind him. As I said, we both don't mind him. It's just I would prefer.
You remember who was the Foggy before him? Favre, the director of Iron Man.
That's right. I was like, I should know this.
Or Happy in the universe.
Which is,
and also the creator of The Mandalorian.
Continuities. But overall, very good movie. I would still throw it with a 6.5. It was entertaining, but would I see it again? Probably not. The little animated scenes, the little skits were very bubbly, energetic, but didn't match the movie, I felt.
Yeah, I always felt they were a little, like, they almost felt like hiccups in the movie.
Like, don't get me wrong, having the guy be the animator behind them, I was like, fine, sure.
I think it was like Warner Brothers trying to deal back into the fact that they were the cartoon company, you know?
Yeah.
Now, tonight's movies.
Yes.
You wanted bad movies. He told me bad movies.
I want bad movies.
So, we're going with Hudson Hawk. I love Hudson Hawk, and people hate that I love Hudson Hawk.
Now, hold on. You said I might like it because of how corny and campy it is.
Oh, yeah.
Do you stand by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of how corny and campy and just stupid it is. This movie suffers on several notes. The main thing being that Bruce Willis had a level of control on the writing. The movie had a script, but he would literally come in and change it.
And just flip it on the fly.
Change entire fucking scenes day of filming.
You just don't do that unless you have some sort of direction. If you have zero direction and no keynotes, you're already having the hard time. The only one I would say there are 3 actors that could do it: Bill Murray, Robin Williams. I'll say it, Chris Rock,
Jim Carrey.
Okay, 4. All right, Jim Carrey could do that.
But there's a difference between improving and changing entire days of filming that morning.
I'll give you that.
You know, The other movie I have never seen.
Is it the new one that just dropped on Disney Plus that got called the worst movie on Disney Plus?
No, what is that?
It just dropped.
It's not the new Artemis Fowl, is it?
It is.
Really? I heard people were mad because it's different from the books, but the author likes the story they took.
Oh no, I've heard that it's just bad. I have heard through 3 accounts.
Yeah, no, it's
great.
not that.
Okay.
I'm eventually going to sit down and watch that though. I like the author, so
I'm curious to know what it's about. I have no clue what
super
it's about.
genius kid, spy, kind of magical stuff.
I ain't got that. Okay, never mind. You enjoy.
No. So this one, Lauren's seen. Plenty of people will tell you that this movie is just complete crap, and it came to me last night reading a review for Hudson Hawk because I was trying to get inspiration on what the second movie was going to be, and someone said that they said something about swashbuckling for Hudson Hawk, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird, but the thief thing, I guess I get it, and that got this in my head. We're gonna watch Cutthroat Island. It's a pirate movie with Gina Davis. And it is not good, everything I know about it. And Lauren was like, we're not watching this. And I'm like, if you're saying no, then it has to be a yes. Because she'll watch The Room on fucking repeat.
To be fair, the Room is cult classic bad. It's something that you can watch and just go, that is the worst. And you acknowledge that it is.
Yeah.
With this Cutthroat Island, you can acknowledge it's the worst because it can just be bad. Is that how she's angling it, or how you are angling it?
Everything I understand about the movie is the dialogue is just crazy. They went, we're going to make a pirate movie, but we're not really going to worry about what makes pirate movies and stuff like that. And it's just bad. But people have said it's so bad it's good. So it does have that bit of cultiness to it, I guess.
Okay.
So yeah, those are our 2 movies for tonight. If Justin doesn't make it through the night, do not blame me. He's the one that brought this challenge up. Originally, I was going to do The Pest, and you said you had already seen it. So
I have already seen it.
So,
and I actually don't find that one bad.
I actually love that movie.
I grew up with it.
But the problem is, I also love Hudson Hawk. I love Super Mario Bros.
I can't love Super Mario Bros.
Oh, I love Super Mario Bros. I own Super Mario Bros.
I know you do.
On DVD.
You were like, have you seen this? I was like, yes, I have seen The Monkey.
That movie.
I have a game review. One that I played this morning, and my eyes still hurt from crying.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah, hit me with this.
Grease. Gris. Grease.
Okay.
3 hours. From start to, well, actually a little under 3 hours. The ending hit me. The ending hit me like a fucking freight train.
Okay.
It was one of the strongest games I have ever played. I was blubbering.
What kind of play style? What's the general idea of the story?
Platforming.
Okay.
It's Metroid styled, where
like Metroidvania style.
Not really, because you don't really revisit the areas you've been through.
Okay.
You gain a superpower, gets you to the next area. Gain a superpower, go to the next area. But it has a strong message, and it's beautiful. It is beautiful. Between the music, the visuals, just everything arcing into that entire narrative. It is very simple, but at the same time, it doesn't say a goddamn word. And at the very end, when you gather the very ending of it, it hits. And I'm going to keep saying it. If I had played it on 2019... it would have been the best game of 2019. This is one of my best games of 2020.
Okay.
For those who could have purchased this on Humble Bundle Monthly and did not and hesitated and didn't get it, I'm actually saying I have, what is that term? You screw it. I'm just going to say it. I kind of spit on you. Not in like a major negative way, but in a way that, you know, you had a chance to play something really spectacular.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like, I'm trying to figure out the right words for it, but that's the best way I could put it. It is an experience. It isn't a game. Like, sure, it has platforming and it has, you know, jumping through water, that sort of thing, but it's an experience.
All right. So, Grease, Gris. Okay. So, don't think flying cars at the end. Not that kind of thing.
No, like
Oh, I've seen this image. Okay.
yeah, got best visuals of 2019 through the Video Game Awards.
Okay.
And I mean, they waited a year to give it to him. Like it managed to hold up an entire year to get that award.
Oh, came out for iOS. Interesting.
Huh. Okay. I mean, yeah. Shit. It's so good.
10 out of 10 on Steam. 4.4 out of 5 on Google Play.
Probably technological issues, I'm thinking.
Probably.
But this 10 on 10, well deserved.
All right, so that's his review. My review
Kind of a joint review.
isn't emotional.
No.
We both logged in some time on Minecraft Dungeons, so
It's fine. It's a good Diablo clone that doesn't really structure you to classes. It structures you to, here's an item, here's how it's used. Do you want to use it? Okay, here's how it, here's kind of your new playstyle, and you kind of have to go on a fly.
yeah, there's enough items for you to pick up too that not everyone's gonna have the same things and stuff like that. I've got a really cool thing right now for my bow that if I use it, I shoot a firecracker basically, or like a.
That one, it's a firework.
Firework, yeah, which was great when I had the infinity bow because sometimes it would infinity, so you get 2 shots with that rather than just the one. And then the cooldown would start. So that was kind of a cool mashup for me. So like, there's ways it all plays on each other. I played the first level 3 times. I played it once the first playthrough. I played it the second time on the highest difficulty it let me go, and the third time on the truly highest difficulty. The first time I was still getting a feel for the game. I found a secret passage and went through like a whole thing, and there I died twice. I actually made it down to my last life on my first playthrough. My second playthrough, I did not lose a life until literally the end of the fucking thing, and I was like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, the very last areas are usually like the most difficult because you're literally having to crawl your way to those doors, which I like.
And then the third difficulty, I think I died twice out of my 3 lives. And that one, it was very much like they straight up told me, you're not a high enough level, your gear's not high enough. And so I went in there, and it was like moving through molasses, like trying to get rid of some of these stronger enemies was just like, they're taking so many damn shots with the arrow, they're taking so many hits with the sword, plus they're coming up and damaging me. Luckily, I've got a armor that puts a ring around me that does damage as well.
Thorns.
But it definitely does get harder, mostly out of adding more mobs. But they also do add different effects to the mobs too, so it's enjoyable. It's something I think would be better with friends. You can do online randoms, or you can do online with friends, or you can just do straight up offline, which is what I'm doing.
I recommend with friends. I've played with one other person, and we went through a couple areas before I said I just gotta go. I got things I need to do. Playing with a friend does make it a lot better because if let's say you're structuring yourself to be a tank, no matter what you're grabbing, you're gonna be a frontliner. I grabbed support things such as whenever I drink I have a chest piece. Whenever I drink my potion, it heals anyone within a certain range for half that. And I'm like, okay, I could be a support. I could be what I am always structuring myself to be. I am that stereotype. Yeah. So I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll start working toward this. So I got myself a wolf companion, a bat companion. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of neat. I can have, frontliners while still being my support. And I picked up, what was it? A pickaxe. And I was like, can I use it like a pickaxe? And I was like, oh, it actually works like a pickaxe. And it kind of made it made it feel like Minecraft, but in Diablo form.
Yeah. I enjoy it. It's on Game Pass. I don't see a reason not to try it out.
I recommend it.
I think it's $40 if you're buying it.
30.
30?
I want to say 30. Hold on.
I'm almost always high on these things, so.
And it's better to be high than low. Haha.
That's 96% for Google users right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fun game. The only downside I have with this is if you're not on an Xbox One X, it loads 50% longer than regular.
Load screens don't feel all that long to me.
To me, they feel forever.
And mine's way full.
Yeah. Oh, 20.
20 for the base. Hero Edition is 30. Which comes with a hero cape, 2 player skins, chicken pet, and 2 DLC packs coming soon. Oh, so there'll be DLCs for us to look forward to in the future.
Okay.
Cool stuff.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, it's very harmless. It's a really nice game, and I'm glad they gave it to us for. I'm gonna put air quotes here, for free when for the year with Game Pass.
Yeah. And it does have a story too. It's not just you're in Minecraft randomly killing shit. There's a story there.
Yeah, there's it's an arch-illager, like
Something like
a
that.
little tiny dude who's just like boom, brings up all these mobs, and the mobs can actually swarm you if you let them, and I fucking love that kind of.
Especially with the spiders, they'll web you down to the ground and they all swarm in and start biting on you.
Yeah, if one catches you, they all move in.
Yeah,
I love it.
So it's enjoyable.
Yeah.
My other review part is I finished Aftermath, Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. Good story, good ending. Ends in a way that the next Mortal Kombat game, which we are going to eventually get, I have no idea where it's going to be. I feel like we're starting over.
You think it's going to do a whole, like, Mortal Kombat 12-1, where it's going to be...
Basically.
Where it's going to start at 1.
Yeah, so the other thing is you can choose the ending depending on who you play as at the end. The final battle, you get to pick either one person or another. One's a bad ending, one's a good ending. So,
okay.
I enjoyed it. And there's reasons to go back and play because there's missions, and you can select the missions specifically, and it'll tell you this is who you played as last time, so that you can go in and play as the other person for certain fights. So, I enjoyed it. My only complaint is still the simple fact of don't make a DLC that continues the story. Make a DLC that is a side thing to the story.
Yes.
So, with that, he's got about 8,000 games he wants to talk about. I've got some games we want to talk about, so let's get into them.
All right, let's go. All right, so we're not gonna go too hard on a lot of these. Most of these we haven't even seen. We did take a peek at a few of them last week, such as with 13, the Iron Oath. Like, there's My Heroes 1 Justice 2, which kind of continues on from My Heroes 1. But there are a few here that do have a little bit of interest to me, and those I kind of want to bring up as far as just from the look of, such as that one, and I'll do Godfall. So these four we'll talk about. Let's take a quick crack at Foreclosed. So this had a weird cell shading that I saw on the main thing.
We're getting a lot of this now.
The comic book style?
Yeah.
I think it's because a lot of indie developers are pushing up, and I'm happy to say that they're pushing up. This is a third person over the shoulder looking, but of course it's got the comic book style. And there's 2 more games that just got announced through Steam that I was going to talk about, but that one I'm also going to be dumbing down a little bit for the podcast time, because these lists there's so many games that just got announced over the last 2 weeks that I'm happy to see more. Don't get me wrong. It's just now I feel like it's too much.
But this definitely feels like a superhero-esque type of thing. You've got different kinds of powers. You've also got a gun. So anti-hero, because you're killing people, I guess, technically would be the term. It makes good use of the comic book style. Do we know what platforms this is supposed to hit? I'm sure they're going to tell us any second. But...
Oh, yeah, you're right. I can foresee this being a really, really interesting game overall, because it looks like it has styles and all that.
Nope, they aren't going to tell us anything.
Well, let's see here. Xbox Series X and PS5.
Okay, so I'm sure probably we'll get a PC release eventually. And you never know. So many things are coming to the Switch. Switch games are happening all the time. So, yeah, I think it looks like it's probably going to have a pretty good story. I don't want to say I'm excited, but I feel like this one might be using that art style the right way this time. I feel like a lot of them have used it.
Well, see, this is why I'm glad they're doing 13.
Okay.
This is why I'm glad they're doing 13 again. Because 13, it's kind of campy, it's kind of corny. It uses the comic book blam and all that nonsense with the bubbles popping up. I would say play 13 when it comes out.
Okay.
I'm hoping that it's not full price, and I hope they, dumb it down to like 40. 40 I would say would be fair.
Okay.
The gameplay is fine. It's a first-person shooter. It's nothing too strenuous. It's maybe 6 hours of gameplay. But I think you might actually like it. Take the simplest form of Punisher and kind of dumb around a little bit of espionage.
All right.
Because, with Punisher, there's no espionage.
Blow him up, kill him,
Yeah,
light him
he
on
kicks
fire.
in the door and says, I'm just here to do my job.
Throw knives at him.
Give me a cup of coffee. I'll do it in the morning.
Toss a boiling pot of water and knock him down some stairs.
Pretty much. So, here's another very interesting game. Battle Royales.
Yeah.
But with magic.
Yeah, but it's very much doing the Fortnite thing with you dropping in.
Yeah.
The magic seems like a cool concept.
Yeah. I actually might want to play this.
Hopefully it's more than 4 people, because this seems like way too big of a world for 4 players.
I'm thinking this is all tech demo, because this is in game. This is in game, so I can't be mad at how this is playing. But I do love the fact that powers combine, and the fact that you pick up powers from the world, so that way you're not like spawning in and having these abilities. You find legendaries and all that nonsense. I like that. I like that a lot. The only thing is, it looks like it's heavy on graphical, textural problems. So I'm wondering if they get like 12 people in an area all using like all 12 abilities at once, how that frame rate's gonna go. But I'm okay with it. Beta's already out. Looks like fun. I'm gonna probably, if I head over to the Epic Game Store and don't mind using the Epic Game Store, I'll probably put some time in it.
What's behind the IGN logo?
I think I saw the PlayStation 5.
Oh,
Or PlayStation 4.
Oh, 4.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I don't know why I said 5.
So yeah, Epic's PlayStation 4, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. So yeah, all right. It's getting harder to buy things on Steam, it seems.
Well, here's the funny thing. It's going to be free to play, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, well, at least there's that.
I believe it's going to be a free to play.
I'm done with the Battle Royale thing. I have one on my list. I mean,
oh, do you?
Yeah, there's so many of them now.
There's a pirate one that I was going to talk about on the Steam list. That's going to be also, get this, free to play. But the pirate theme actually is kind of nice, because 3 things. 1, boats. There's going to be boat combat. And I was like, how are they going to do it? It's very fast paced. It's not like, it's not slow. It's not, tedious. It's not, Sea of Thieves style. No, it's very much, the cannon's already loaded. Fucking fire.
Gotcha.
And it has a cooldown. And as soon as that cooldown's over, it's already reloaded. You don't have to go and grab a fucking cannonball and move it over. No, it's ready to fucking go.
So it'll be all about making sure your shots count. The person that has the best aim is going to win, type of thing.
Yeah, kind of. Because even after the boat's already sunk, then, there's still underwater combat. There's a lot of, treasure hunting, that kind of thing. But at the same time, you're out for that booty, so there's still that whole aspect of killing that guy for his treasure.
Gotcha.
And last man standing wins. I love that. That sounds like a good idea.
While we're on the subject, though.
Go.
Apex Legends coming to the Switch this fall. Okay.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, whatever.
It's harmless.
Make it available to more people. It's free anyways.
Yeah.
The new one I have is it's going to come out July 14th. It's called Rocket Arena. It's a new 3v3, very much in the looks of Overwatch and whatnot. It's going to be open for cross-platform also. So if you're on Xbox, you can play with PlayStation or PC. If you're on PC, you can play with Xbox or PlayStation. But it's very much the concept of Overwatch and stuff like that. You're going to have
it is
different characters.
It looks like Overwatch.
It's from fucking EA.
I know.
So it's another EA Battle Royale game. Again. Different things. This lady that's following at the beginning of the trailer the whole time is talking about what makes this place great. The landscapes, the trains run on time, stuff like that. But the rockets. And everyone has rockets is the idea. Like, rockets is the main weapon. You are going to be able to knock people off the map, very Smash Bros. Style. Stuff like that. There's combos.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's a 3D... It is a full 3D Spectrum Smash Bros.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of cool.
I don't think this is free to play. I'm pretty sure that you have to purchase this.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it's Rocket Arena, and it's another 3v3. It's another Overwatch and whatnot. So I don't know.
July 14th.
Yeah, July 14th. It'll be...
Wait. My dad's birthday is on July 14th. I get to see my dad on July 14th.
I don't actually get that reference.
No?
No.
Oh, fuck, I'm trying to remember the other one. Oh, put the teddy bear back in the box.
Mm-mm.
Nicolas Cage.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Is it?
No.
Okay.
Involves a plane.
Con Air.
There you go.
Gotcha. Okay. You picked some obscure ones for that.
Oh, yeah, I did. Oh, as soon as I heard July 14th, that's the only reason that got me. Because
Gotcha.
when Cyrus is reading the letter.
But yeah, so they've got a guy in there that's like a pirate. Everyone's kind of got their own thing. They're saying that it's going to be seasons as well. And so 2 weeks after launch, I do believe, is when the first season will hit. And they're going to drop a new fighter when that season hits.
Okay.
So
I mean, just as long as they're keeping fresh content, that's all I ever care about with any of these games. Cuisine Royale kind of buffs up a little bit with their seasons, and it's not really much of a season when it's only 60 days, but I digress. Here's another little interesting trailer. It's called Project Athia. We talked about it a little bit last week, and apparently this thing is going to quote-unquote push the PS5 to its limits. Now, with this Project Athia pushing the PS5 to its limits, it's pretty, it looks nice, but how is it going to push it is what I'm curious about.
Also, why would you want to do that? That means that it's going to break.
Well, yeah, I mean, high potential. But then again, if it doesn't and it actually like keeps it stable all the way through the gameplay up until for all consoles, for all the PS5s that are out and about, and it does not break them, maybe, just maybe, we actually see a technological shift where our technology is advancing to the point of stabilization.
I don't know. If you're driving the ride, you're going to blow your engine.
Okay, you're right. But I'm curious.
All right. I mean, they can make that claim. But doing so also, what does that do for me as a player?
I don't know.
So
I mean, it makes you enjoy the game a little bit more because it's pretty. Now, Godfall. Godfall's been in beta for a little while.
The games seem to be getting stuck in the whole beta or early access.
Yeah,
the
but this is an
actual version for a while now.
But this is getting a full release, so I'm not mad at that.
Mm-hmm.
Weapons look fucking amazing. Everything looks like it has an individual style, so kind of Dark Souls-esque. The only thing I'm majorly confused with is what this is going to bring to the table that we haven't seen already. I mean, this kind of, to be honest, this reminds me of an old, I'm going to say it, it's a poor PS2 game called Just Human.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's not great.
It'll probably
PS3 game.
You're probably gonna play it because it feels good, it looks good, but the real draw will probably be its lore and world and whatnot.
I sincerely hope so. But as said, I don't want to go digging through all of that, so I'm gonna leave it at that as far as until we have a little bit more time. So yes, are we cutting that one a little short? We are, and I kind of screwed the pooch on that one.
All right, so I got a few game things here, and then we can probably end with that there. So, EA, Star Wars Squadrons. You didn't know anything about this, which I was surprised about. It's the new Star Wars first-person starfighter dogfighting game. And by dogfighting, I do not mean canines. I mean pilots shooting at each other.
Now, when you say that, I was like, I got kind of zoned back over to the old N64 version. Because that's where it kind of originated from. That was where it started. But I'm glad to see that specifically is getting buffed up.
So it's set for release on 10/2 of this year. There are 8 ship types, 1 ship on each side. So there's bombers, but there's a bomber for the Resistance, the Republic. I think they're calling them the new Resistance is I think what they're calling them in this. And then there's also for the Empire. But so they got the TIE fighters, they got the X-Wings, they've got 8 ship types total, 16 ships total. You will be able to do cosmetics on your ship and your character, including things like they showed a person up on the control panel had a bobblehead Ewok in their cockpit.
Okay. All right, I can get down with that.
There's like 60 different components, so your ship will not necessarily be the same ship on that other people are flying. The way it works is there's going to be different modes. So there's a story mode you have to play through first.
Okay.
And then you have to log time with all 8 ship types before you're allowed to actually go online and play. That way you're not going online going, I don't know how to play.
Smart.
Yeah. So they've got Dogfight, which is 5v5. It's a team of 5 versus another team of 5. Shooting each other.
Easy.
And then they got Fleet Battles, which is a 3-section thing. So you're going to start in a dogfight. Once you get past that dogfight, then you have to go and take on like a section of their bigger ships. Once you do that, you have to go after like the biggest ship. So Star Destroyers, things like that. Before you actually load into all that, though, they have a social hub where you and your other 4 team members are supposed to communicate and figure out. That way everyone isn't going with the same ship build. And you can lay out a plan and stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm hoping that maybe they're going to add more later on. Because like that's good. That's a lot of stuff. But at the same time feels like if they were to take that Battlefront, and the new EA actual story Fallen Order thing, that then feels like what we get from $60 and $80 games now, because you have a full-blown story, and then you have online, but you have an online for just running out and shooting each other, and then you have online for like ships and stuff. That I feel like is what we're supposed to be getting from a Star Wars game. Now instead they're breaking what should be one big game up into 3 different games and charging $60 for each game.
I was just about to make mention of that, where Battlefront 2 on the PS2 had all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It had the take and capture. It had the press and hold. It even had the space battles that felt pretty genuine.
This looks beautiful, and like the space battles feel like actual space battles and stuff. They released the gameplay. The actual gameplay came out today, about 3 hours ago, give or take. So, and like I said, there's a story, and the story you're going to play as both pilots, so you're going to experience both sides.
It just take up the little.
Okay.
We didn't lose frames. I don't think we lost frames.
Okay, so this one isn't really going to show you. This is all cinematic.
Okay, well, I mean, even still, non-engine.
What's wrong?
We're frozen. Oh, okay, we're back. Sorry about that. But I mean, in-engine versus cutscene. Obviously, there's here's theirs,
Mm-hmm.
but at the same time, it's EA. EA is known to do this, but still provide a adequate game.
Yeah, I mean the gameplay that I actually watched today actually does look good.
I can't be mad at it. To me though, when I first saw the actual like distancing, I actually felt like it was Star Fox.
Gotcha.
Good rock.
Hopefully we actually eventually get another Star Fox game and not just something in the Star Fox universe.
Yeah. But I'm not gonna go taking away from EA's hard work, because Fallen Order, very fun game.
Yeah.
Wish there was more fighting style esques, but this will definitely have to do. I just hope for the best. That's all I can do, especially when it comes to EA, because they're trying. Bless their hearts.
So far, they have not announced loot boxes, so I'm happy. Like, keep loot boxes out of this. That's the biggest fuck up you can make in this.
Doom, 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 doom.
If they want to sell cosmetics, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's a completely different situation. So if you want to take the time to try to find actual gameplay, I can go over a few more things while you look.
Right here. Boop.
Well, there you go.
Well, there you go.
You jumped straight to the story. That's funny. Skip forward just a little bit more. This is the actual video I watched. So here you go.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
They give you the whole HUD, don't they?
Oh, yeah. And like I said, you get to do customizations. If you skip forward just a little further into the video, they show some of the customizations, and that's where you're going to see the Ewok.
Oh, I passed it probably.
Yep, right there. Oh. Back up just a little more.
Okay. But,
you customize the outside of the ship. Customize your pilot.
The one who's going to get jettisoned out of space. Oh, my God.
And then those are the over 60 components for your ship.
Okay, I can get down with that.
Yeah.
Because then it means that you're either going to do a lot of hull damage or a lot of support damage or, helping out, cut up something.
And you actually do have support. You've got bombers, you've got fighters, all that stuff. Back this up just a little bit to watch the scene you're actually on. It's actually kind of a cool scene. Because they were going in and they
did like a full stop turn that fighter jets do. And then a dogfight mode.
Yep.
And
That's the 5v5.
I've always enjoyed dogfighting. Like, that is always super strong for any flying game. When I was playing Elite Dangerous, there was that. When I was playing Everspace, that was a big one.
Yeah, there's going to be like turrets and stuff that you have to worry about. And
yeah, I'm actually looking forward to this.
I think they need to add more than just 2 game modes. I understand they have the single player, but once you finish the story mode, you're not going to go back to it, like, unless you really loved the story mode. So the fact that it's just dogfight and fleet battles, they need to figure out like one more at least mode.
Yeah,
if not
something major. You're saying. I'm thinking maybe like Conquest, where you do fleet battles in areas and start doing like capture and holds, and it'll show what the Republic owns and what the Rebellion owns.
That'd be kind of cool.
And then daily challenges for each side. If one side's doing a little bit better, a little bit on the other side can basically have something that can push them back a little bit easier. Just keep that going. It's not a lot of effort to do something like that, but it'd be nice.
They'll probably figure something out along the way. Yeah, and so you go through the 3 phases in the battle. It looks like a good game. I'm glad they finally are doing things. They sat on this 10-year contract that they had with Disney and Lucas to make Star Wars games, and they released 2 Battlefronts that they kind of fucked us over on, and those came late into that contract anyways, and then canceled project after project. Luckily, we got Fallen Order. I'm surprised that one wasn't canceled, and now we're getting this. So... next I have, did you hear about Rockstar's announcement for the PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X?
No.
We're going to get GTA 5.
Will we have to pay for it again?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. And nothing new, at least nothing new announced yet. They're just giving us GTA 5 again.
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's a good game. I can't say it's a bad one, but if someone wants to pay that extra price, I can't be mad at that either.
But how many times are we going to beat the same fucking game? And the online mode is just getting insane with the amount of cheaters that they're not doing anything about.
Is it now?
Oh yeah, it's a fucking mess.
Oh no.
So many goddamn people cheated the game, it's insane.
Oh boy.
And then Sims 4 is to hit Steam.
Yes.
That one's a small one.
Yeah, I'm happy for it.
We've got the Command & Conquer remake, which will hit Steam and Origin. So you won't be having to just do Origin Store. You can go Steam on that.
Cool. I do like my Steam.
And let's see, what else do I got here? So we talked a little bit about the new Miles Morales Spider-Man game.
Yeah.
It's going to be shorter than the other one. And its own story. Same universe, but it's not going to continue Peter's story or anything like that. This is purely Miles becoming Spider-Man. They already said they're not done with Peter. Peter's going to have another game eventually. In fact, the guy that directed that 2018 Spider-Man is not working on the Miles one, which tells me he's over working on Spider-Man 2. And then Hearthstone is doing a free solo thing.
Oh,
that is
like single player campaign?
Yeah, and it's 5 chapters.
Okay. I really did like their oh man, what was it? The Thieves Guild one. I don't remember what it's called, but they did a Thieves Guild one where it was like a roguelite where you get to choose cards every other match and you add them to your deck, and at the very end you fight a really tough battle with that deck that you built, essentially. I would like to... You know what? I've always liked the single-player stuff from Hearthstone.
So go check it out.
Way to go, Blizzard. You're still doing okay, I guess.
Skate 4 was announced. That's it. There was no image.
Just a couple of devs talking it.
Yep. 2 guys talking about. One of them talking about that it was because of the internet and whatnot.
Now, don't get me wrong. Skate 2 is still one of my favorite skating games, just because of its.
Everyone goes insane about Skate 3.
Skate 3 too. I've played a little bit of that one, but Skate 2 is where I acknowledge it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. It's just give us something other than, yeah, we doing it. Because what do we get from that? What do we, as people who talk about this shit on the internet, get?
That's what you get.
That is what I get. That is what I get. I apologize for that bang.
Well, what also bothered me is they talked about the fact that they've been talking about this for a little bit now, and they were waiting for the right moment to announce it. This is right after a indie skate game.
Skate XL
has just said that, they feel comfortable with what they're doing because it's a market that's been ignored now and whatnot, and they're coming out. And all of a sudden, Skate 4 gets announced? Wow.
Skate 4 and the Tony Hawk 1 and 2 HD remaster.
Yeah, so...
It's
fuck the little guys, right?
You picked a really fucked time to announce this game.
Yeah.
With how many... And also, there's one that has a bird.
Tony Hawk.
No. Well...
He's Birdman.
I'm ready. Just bury me with my comic books and my consoles. I'll be fine.
I ain't burying you with any of that shit. Anything I don't want of it, I'm selling.
Fuck you.
And my last gaming thing is Cyberpunk has been pushed back in date again.
Fuck yeah.
November 19th is the new date, which makes it launching right around the time of new consoles.
I can't be mad at that. I honestly... Okay, I see it as a good standpoint, but at the same time, we knew it was going to be released for those consoles. Well, we had a bit of a discussion. We never really talked about it, but I figured it. It'll work even if its Xbox One version is playable on the Series X because of the backwards compatibility.
Correct. So no matter what, it's gonna be able to play on that console. That is not going to boost its sales or anything because people are gonna just buy whatever version they buy. People that can't afford the Series X are just gonna go and buy the Xbox One version. And when they can afford a Series X, they're just going to use it on the Series X. They're not going to go and buy the Series X version because it's not going to improve the game any because the way they're doing the Series X, it'll boost the game to the Series X levels. So, I don't know. They say the game's done, the cutscenes are done, everything's done. It's just still got bugs. And so they're working on it. And I'm like, these had better be some big fucking bugs, not, I knock something off the counter every time I walk into this room and it's annoying.
Actually, that would be a yellow. That would be a game changer. That'd be bad.
Well, either way, hurry the fuck up, fix the fucking game, and I swear to God, if you fucking postpone it again, I'm not buying it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna play this game. It's the same shit that we went through with Mortal Kombat 10.
Oh, you're right.
Where it kept getting delayed.
Because you got super alienated about it, and then when they finally released it, they kind of no, that was 8, was it? What was the one that you had it on pre-order and
it was 10?
It was 10?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I had it on pre-order for the 360. The Xbox One was announced. I didn't have a one. I didn't have the money for a one. I was going to buy it on one. And then they postponed the game, released the game once the one was out, but only released the one version and kept putting off the 360's release date, and then eventually just removed a release date on it. And then a couple months later, just full on canceled the release completely. And they gave the reason of it runs better on the one. It looks better on the one. Oh, we just lost visual. Can you switch to that?
Yeah, I'm switching to it.
All right. Our tech problem was not fixed like we were hoping it was.
Battery.
But you guys can still hear us, I think. Yeah.
There we go. And then I'll get rid of this. Whoop. There we go. So I'll just go ahead and throw...
Oh, I was just saying switch to the other camera.
Oh.
It's still plugged in.
It's only going to see me.
I can scoot it over.
Don't worry about it. We'll just do this.
Well, you guys now just get to listen to our silky voices rather than see them.
Strange. It's almost like we're a podcast.
Yeah. So that's it I have on gaming.
Okay. For my gaming, I've got a lot more, by the way. So, you know what? Let's get rid of... shoe news. So, you guys might have caught the little sneak peek for those who are watching the visual. So, we talked about the Toy Story Reeboks.
Yes.
A little bit ago.
The Woody Buzz ones.
Woody Buzz. They also made a Army Man one that is full fucking plastic green with a sheen to match.
I don't like the actual, rubber parts of it,
I
but
don't
the rest
either.
of the shoe, like the lower part,
But you have to admit,
Like
it looks like an army man.
it does.
And the fact that they have this ammo box that dumps out into a bunch of army men,
Yep.
it's sitting on top of the army men.
And then it's got like the pump still and
Yeah, I can't be mad
all
at
weird
that.
little plastic parts.
Now, boop, 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 doop. Now, Quincy has told me...
Someone said hi in the chat. I'm sorry, you seem to have joined at the worst possible time. Our camera just went out.
Actually, they said hi a little bit ago, and I
Oh,
waved to
did
them
they? Is that
just
what you were doing?
because you were talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I am not good at this whole perceiving the chat thing.
You have no passive perception.
Sure. Yeah, there we go.
But you had talked to me about how these earlier had been released,
Yeah.
and this is a re-release.
I do believe so. I know for a fact that the Mystery Machine shoe was released, or Scooby-Doo shoe was released, and I do believe it was Mystery Machine style. I know for a fact the box was Mystery Machine style, and they sold out instantly. So,
Okay. But even
go back down.
Oh.
I think those might have been the other ones then.
Boop.
I may be wrong. Those may be the ones I was thinking of.
Oh, it's got the whole gang there.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. But yeah, so Scooby-Doo Converse.
Yeah.
Scooby-Doo Chucks.
And people are actually selling these on a website called StockX.com. Apparently, there's a trading, like an inside trading,
I don't even know.
and like it even has like stock pressures and all sales motions. They have specific sizes for different sales, I would assume. I'm not gonna go messing with that, but it's interesting to note that they exist.
Mystery Machine Chucks, Scooby-Doo Chucks. I'd wear them both. I've never actually owned a pair of Chucks. Lauren says that everyone should own a pair at least once in their life, but do not expect them to be super comfortable at first.
Yeah, no, me, I'm happy with my DC half boots, thanks.
Yeah, I mean Chucks go up high. That's what you like.
I need support, my dude.
So are you gonna burn through any of the Steam list and the Humble Bundle, or
I'm gonna very quickly. So I'm just scaling down the list right now.
Although, wait a minute, because of last week's movies, go back to the top.
Huh?
One of the actors in last week's movie that we just covered today, I'm spacing on his name, but he's a voice actor now. And so if you want to see what the guy that voices the alien and Destroy All Humans, or voices Invader Zim, or Billy from Billy and Mandy, go and watch Summer School. He's the nerdier one out of the group.
Yeah, the one who is a part of I don't want to call it a prestige, a smart family.
Yeah.
That kind of isn't doing so well. And he winds up doing just fine.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
no, I saw it there. I was like, well, we gotta touch on that.
Oh,
But
okay.
you go back to your list. I'm sorry.
So I'm scrolling down the list, and there is something for everyone in this. Spiritfarer is a game I've been looking forward to for
We talked about that one
for a year and a half now.
Something like that, yeah.
I promised to give it to Socks when it came out. Still waiting on it. I hope it's not too much longer. Backbone, a noir, but with
Animals.
Animalistic.
That seems
bodies.
to be a thing people really like.
What, detectives with animal faces?
Yeah.
Looking over at Black Sad.
Noir furries.
Yeah, noir furries. We'll just go with that. Chris Tales has some beautiful, stunning art, and it brings back old JRPG styles with a new take on it, with a little bit of actual like time manipulation.
The scenery artwork for
it
this
is-
makes me think of Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends.
A little bit, and I'm not mad at that. This looks crisp. November 17th for that one, and like the further down you go, like Eldest Souls, you can't fucking tell me what the fuck that is. Come on now. Something that was in the PlayStation. I don't want to call it State of Play because this was before State of Play, but it was in like a VR prerequisite thing where your perspective changes the size of things. Where you grab something small, look up, and it looks large to your physical person, and it drops down, being this big monument.
So question.
Yes.
Because you just said VR and made me think of it. Are we going... Oh, Skateboard. Yeah, we talked about Skateboard.
Yeah.
Are we going to possibly pull in together to buy Iron Man VR when it comes out for my VR system?
Fine.
It's getting big hype.
Okay.
So...
Neon Abyss, a nice little action roguelike. Like, this is a big list. Go to store.steampower.com, hit the game festival, and just scroll down. I guarantee you're gonna find something that you will like. If there is something on this list you don't like, then you are a boring individual. I'm sorry to say. Because this is also the Pirate Battle Royale I was talking about. Out of Reach. Okay. It's pretty interesting looking. It looks like it's easy to
Kraken.
Run. Huh?
There were tentacles that said, Kraken.
I never saw the Kraken in the trailer. Oh, no. Monster Prom 2. I like Monster Prom 1 just because, I mean, I some of the artists I follow on Twitter, so it of course already interests me.
I hated my prom.
Yeah, this one on the other hand, you have a bunch of monsters that have really good personalities, and
which is hilarious because I feel like I went to prom with monsters.
Yeah. I didn't do mine either. So
I did mine. I just didn't like it.
Oh, I misheard.
Yeah, no, I hated my prom.
Oh. Snowtopia, nice little snow ski resort simulator.
Ooh, that sounds cool. Oh, it's a resort tycoon.
Yeah.
I feel like those break easily.
Yeah. Faith finally gets its third chapter. I believe it's gonna be free. I'm unsure. XO1, which is this very interesting flying game that is stellar, almost way too. Undungeon, where you play as a reaper, just clearing out things or helping. It depends on your path. Just Die Already, a up to four player, lack of better words, kill each other simulator, but you play as old people. And it's wonky physics. Like if you're holding a shotgun, you shoot it and you go flying back.
Interesting.
Pop-up dungeons, a nice little hack and slasher that uses a little bit of cards to access your stuff. It's Paper Mario-esque, but at the same time it's got like little origami figures in it.
Lots of stuff on this list. Very interesting stuff.
Oh yeah. Windjammers 2 finally gets its push. If you've ever played it on the SNES, bam, here's your update. Fight Crab, where you play as a little crab or lobster and fight. I wish I was joking.
I mean, nothing surprises me nowadays.
No.
And we got noir furries, so.
More noir furries. Another Siege-style game. Most of them are top-down isometric style, which I'm not a big fan of. I've never been a huge fan of it. With the top-down Zeldas having been forced is the wrong word, but I'm going to say forced, through Link to the Past. And
I like Link to the Past.
I like it too. It's just, it's not my style of game.
I spent hours on that game. Mostly because I didn't know what I was doing.
Juggler's Tale has a little bit of nice scenery, but I don't know what it's truly about. But what I enjoy about some of these is when it's available, when it showcases when it's going to be out. This one says when all the knots are tied. And I'm like, that has a bunch of different meanings. Like, is one of the developers getting married? Is there something that's behind it all? A game that gets released literally tomorrow from the time of this podcast, My Beautiful Paper Smile, June 19th. I watched a little bit of gameplay on this. It actually caused a major chill down my spine because having someone who never stops smiling because of something that they're wearing is a little unnerving. Fogs, where you play as a double-sided dog, that once again more wonky controls. Shing, a nice little hack and slash beat 'em up. Guess what? List is still going. Still going.
It's still going.
Guess what? Still going.
It's gonna go for quite some time.
I think maybe 2 more. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. There we go. So, fuck it. Read the very last one.
Read the very last one.
The very last one.
The very last one's Raise the Dead. Which RAY''S the Dead.
This looks goofy and kind of fun.
Yeah. Let's take a quick little peek at it. I gotta skip ahead.
I love that you skipped ahead to more dialogue or more writing.
Yeah. It's got a nice little 2.5D style, and it kind of gives a feel of Plants vs Zombies.
It looks like the concept is you're like creating, you're like a necromancer, and you're like killing zombies and bringing them. They're killing people and bringing them into zombies. Pet cemetery. That's kind of cool. Like you're gonna build like a zombie and zombie animal army, and you're gonna take the town. Interesting.
Or you can play as the survivors.
Oh, that looks fun. Kind of goofy. It's called. It's from Ragtag Studios and TBA on its release date. How much is it?
Yeah. Oh, you can. The demo's out now.
There you go.
So this is another thing about this festival that I'm glad that this showed me. Most of these have a demo that you can pop up. Like the Battle Royale, the Pirate Battle Royale, has a tech demo.
Cool.
That you can just hop right on in.
Good shit.
So I'm excited. I mean, to play the demo. Yeah. I don't know if I might actually like this game, but I'm happy that it does.
It's actually one that can run on Mac too.
Oh, shit. Let's fucking go.
All right. Let's hit Humble Bundle, and then we'll move over to my comic book news.
Okie dokie. So
there's gonna be something you need to bring up for people to see.
Okay. So we talked about it 2 podcasts ago about how we stand by the Black Lives Matter Act, and we enjoy most of those that are being forward about it. Humble Bundle is no different. But this time, they're saying most of the developers behind some of these games or the books basically said, here's all this. It's over $1,200 worth of games, comics, books, and music for $30. And all $30 goes to charity. No ifs, ands, or buts.
You redeem the games on Steam. The books are DRM free. And all 100% goes straight to the charity. They're saying, scroll back up for me. Oh, they're saying fight for racial justice.
Yeah.
And it is supporting Race Forward, LDF, and the Bail Project. I do believe the Bail Project is one of those ones that's doing the thing for bailing out the protesters that are getting arrested.
Yeah.
So
now it comes immediately as soon as I hit the very first one of the first lines. It has one of my favorite games,
Jackbox Party Pack 4.
I mean,
I've played a little bit of the Jackbox Party Packs. They're okay.
They're right.
But some of the games you cannot play with just 2 people, which sucks sitting at home just me and Lauren during quarantine.
Yeah. So, but one of them that I enjoy when I'm sick. Whenever I'm sick, I fucking love playing this game, and it is Hyper Light Drifter. I will always recommend Hyper Light Drifter.
Yeah, we've talked about this on the podcast before.
I streamed it once during my cold, and I kept coughing, and I said, I'm sorry, I'm going to just stop streaming. I shouldn't have streamed when I'm sick. And then I put it a little bit in the compilation of games I play when I'm sick. But yeah, there's that. And then, like, you're immediately getting, like, Spelunky. Spelunky's a good classic that's still, like, $10 that you getting involved. Kerbal Space Program, another $20. Bam. Bioshock Remastered. Bam. Wait, is this 1 and 2?
No, it's just 1.
It's just 1? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
if it's just remastered, yeah. It's was it? Something collection. Something, I don't remember. I have it downstairs, the thing that comes with 1 and 2.
Copy. But even still, number 1, still a good one.
Chat, if you know, let us know.
Yeah. FTL. I love FTL. It's one of my favorite time-wasting games. Overlord 2, pretty fucking good. Overgrowth is, I still feel like that's a tech demo that's just still growing. It's still getting its updates. It's still getting little bits and pieces, but it is what it is.
Come on, you're missing the big ones there with System Shock.
I was just about to mention that. System Shock 1 and 2, both of them, the up-resed versions from Deep Dive, one of my favorite fucking companies. Then you got Elite Dangerous, and I'm not even halfway done with this list.
No, this list keeps going, and then when you get into the comics, you have things like Shaft and what is that one? Ghost in the Shell.
I fucking love Ghost in the Shell, but this one takes another look at from another side of what Major Kusanagi had to deal with.
And then I think there's even some programs in here, aren't there?
There's a Starfinder fucking core rulebook. They were just like,
there you go.
we'll throw Starfinder in there.
Fuck it, why not?
There's some music in here, an audiobook.
Maybe there weren't programs. Maybe I was thinking wrong. But yeah, a little bit of everything.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, kind of, yeah. So go check this out. This one is still active for what? Another 4 days, 14 hours, and 51 minutes.
Yep. So, I mean, you got a little bit. I might actually throw some money on here. I already own most of these things.
Giveaways on Twitch.
I'm probably gonna break this thing up and throw it at people just because I want to help out the cause. But at the same time, there's a few things in here I don't own, like Earth Knight and Starcrossed. I heard Starcrossed is probably one of the weirdest little arcade fighting style. I don't know. It looks very energetic and bubbly. We'll see. Humble Bundle makes this one, or Humble Bundle pushed this one.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. There's another little tiny bundle that I'll just quickly gloss over, and that is 5e Dungeons, Mazes, and Burrows, where you get little mini campaigns for not too expensive, and you get a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
You also get maps, PDFs of them that you can print out, and it all supports charity. So get out there, get your D&D stuff, because there's been a lot of D&D stuff that I've been supporting lately.
Speaking of D&D stuff, they did their stream today for the charities.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So
That's right.
Make sure to go over, check that out, and see what you can donate still. So the thing I'm going to have you look up or search is the head. So go ahead and pull it up. But I have all the information. I just want people to see. No. The head I showed you earlier.
Oh! I was like, the head?
The head. I have all the information. I just want people to be able to see it.
Gotcha.
Hasbro is releasing this thing. It's funny that it's showing up on Target and Best Buy and whatnot, because you can actually buy it straight from Hasbro, but it's pre-order right now. It is not available yet. So it is a animatronic talking Deadpool head. You can control it from your phone. It reacts to movement. It full on opens and closes its eyes. The mouth moves, the nose moves, the head wiggles, and the instruction manual. It comes with instructions to fold it into a paper hat for him. It runs on 4 1.5C batteries. There are more than 600 sound effects, and considering it has app support, I bet you anything they're going to sell stuff afterwards. More of them. It is only $99.99. Limit 2 per customer. I kind of want this. I kind of really, 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 really want this. Like,
you do you, man.
I might buy this.
you do you. Like,
it's got some great lines. He says, "I'm Deadpool's head." No, not Headpool. That's the other guy. When you hang him upside down, he makes a joke about the upside down Spider-Man kiss. He's got all kinds of stuff.
They worked hard on this.
Batteries not included. Body not included. The voice acting for it is actually really good. It reminds me a little bit of the game.
Okay.
It may be a different voice actor. I'm not sure. So.
Okay.
My only other comic news is, you know what the Eisner Award is, right? Yeah,
I just shook my head. I'm sorry.
Okay. It's the award they give out for comic books and stuff like that.
Okay.
It's essentially a writing award. The website for it was shut down after citing an anomaly. So very possibly someone hacking or something to try and change the votes, the outcome.
Oh.
Yeah. So Comic-Con is actually investigating it. So right now you cannot vote. In fact, if you did vote, you may have to re-vote later on. I don't know what the process for that's going to be. And from here, I'm going to move into movies. Do you have any more news you want to hit on this, or am I good to just ramble?
Good to just ramble.
Alrighty. So, July 15th, which I think is also roughly the same date for Regal, AMC will reopen 450 of their 600 theaters. They're saying the other 150 will open up by the time Mulan opens on the 24th and Tenet opens on the 31st of July. So, theaters, that's roughly when you can expect them to be back.
All right.
Yep. Did you read Animorphs when you were a kid?
Oh, yeah. I read a couple. I was never a big fan of them just because of the corniness of them, I guess.
Okay. What about when Nickelodeon did the show?
I never saw.
Okay. Well, Scholastic is actually launching a movie.
I'm actually surprised they're still in business.
Scholastic?
Yeah.
Oh, I was part of their book club and everything.
Oh, same.
That's the main way you get like a lot of children's books. Even when you buy them from Barnes & Noble, they're Scholastic.
Oh yeah, I know.
So,
it's just I'm surprised with the way things have been going lately. I'm just surprised is all.
I think while bookstores are hurting and stuff like that, that doesn't come from people who want to read on tablets. Yes, people do read on tablets and whatnot. I think people are still buying books. The problem is they just buy them online now.
Fair.
So, well, Animorphs the movies coming from Scholastics. This is kind of a weird thing that I didn't expect. But I think it's good to bring it to a new generation. With this announcement, they also announced that this fall they're going to do a retro tin box that will have the first 6 Animorph books. They're also going to launch a graphic novel. So
okay,
all kinds of Animorphs coming at you guys.
I can get down with that.
And then I've got. Did you watch Daria?
That was the runoff from Beavis and Butthead, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw maybe a couple episodes. I don't really recall.
Well, now it's getting a spinoff. Jodie, she's one of Daria's friends. And it's going to go over to Comedy Central, and it'll be talking about the trials and tribulations of like your first job. That's kind of what's going to focus on and stuff like that.
Okay.
So
I'm still at my first job.
that universe is continuing to grow. Depending on how you look at it, this could possibly be my first job that I'm still at. I just left and came back.
Fair enough.
And then I've got, let's see. We already talked about the film festival. Did you know that James Gunn made a superhero movie long before he made Guardians of the Galaxy? Back in 2000, he wrote the script for a superhero movie called The Specials. It's a comedy, and it is officially coming to Blu-ray. It's never had a Blu-ray release, and it's kind of been an ongoing thing where they've been trying to get it. He did commentary for the movie back in 2005 and stuff like that. So July 14th, it'll come out on Blu-ray. So anyone that's like just a big James Gunn fan, that's where to go look.
Okay.
And then I have access. We've talked about it. I officially have access to HBO Max. I can tell you what I think of it.
Okay.
The way they break it up is interesting. You can look at everything, or you can look at things from. I'm going to look at like the cartoon section. I'm going to look at the DC section. I'm going to look at the HBO section, so on and so forth.
Okay.
I watched the first episode of the new Looney Tunes. It's all right. It's a little weird, but all right. There has been some back and forth about the fact that they chose that they're going to get rid of guns. Yosemite Sam and Elmer Fudd aren't going to have guns. The only thing I can say on that is it's not a studio's job to raise children. It's the parents' job. Don't censor things because bad parents. That's all I'm going to say. All in all, the streaming service seems to work well, but I don't really like there's things where it's like things should be showing up in certain areas and they're not. I have to like search to find them, and it's kind of a pain in the ass. But I've been able to watch Fresh Prince and stuff like that. I haven't really sat down to watch any of the originals yet. They didn't launch with very many originals, so I'll.
Well, that's actually kind of bad then.
Yeah.
Because why would you start up an entire thing?
I think they're really banking on the fact that they have the entire HBO library, but everybody already has that if they pay for HBO Go or HBO Now.
Then what's the point?
You know.
Well, then again, you said you get yours for free, so with your subscription.
No,
already.
Mine's coming through a whole thing with AT&T. It's a different situation. It doesn't even have anything to do with my HBO that I pay for cable.
Oh, but then disregard.
The reality of it is that they don't have a lot yet, but they have a lot planned, and there's a few things that are changing. So right now they've got the Batman movies, the Batman '89, Batman Returns, Batman Forever, and Batman and Robin. They've got all those.
Oh,
for now, they're going to move over back to DC Universe. They're just kind of using them to be like, there's content. It's kind of an annoying thing. But they're bringing Doom Patrol over for its second season. Its second season is going to air on HBO Max rather than on DC Universe, where the show started. So it's all over the place. The other thing is Scoob.
Oh, no.
Is going to hit HBO Max already. It's going to hit HBO Max only 6 weeks after originally releasing.
All right. So you're probably going to catch it, aren't you?
That'll probably be the way I watch it if I decide to, yeah. I wasn't going to pay for it. I would have gone and seen it in theaters because my Regal Unlimited. That would have been the only thing.
Oh, so you would have seen it for technically what you already pay for.
Yeah, my goal is to not spend anything to see this movie because I didn't agree with the way they handled it with the casting, and I didn't agree with the casting choices they made. Also, from my understanding, kids are loving it, and I understand it's a movie geared towards kids, so that's great. But a lot of the parents that are watching it are like, this is trash and really badly done with certain points. Like, people say that Tracy Morgan's Captain Caveman is fucking horrible. So, I haven't watched it. I don't know.
I'm going to go, Captain Caveman! I'm curious. I am super curious.
But my last thing is AEW.
AEW. What's up?
They have a new wrestler. They pulled her over from
the doubles.
I don't remember. No, they pulled it over from like a smaller thing.
Oh, okay.
And I'm going to find her name again real quick so that you can pull it up.
Okay.
But yeah, watched the new episode last night. Absolutely amazing. Cody had a great fight against another free agent. Bless you. Because Cody's doing this thing. He got the TNT belt, and he's going to accept a challenger for it every episode. He's going to defend it every episode.
Now, see, that's how you do a fighting champion.
Yeah.
You don't do it every pay-per-view. You do it every goddamn week.
Okay, that is the name I need you to Google. Abadon.
Abaddon.
Yeah. She used to go by Living Dead Girl.
Here, let me switch scenes again. Boop.
Yep.
There we go.
So, just go ahead and
I love that.
pull up a little bit of her. Yeah, that right there.
That right there?
Is her coming in on last night's episode.
Oh, that's kind of... Oh, goddamn it.
Commercial.
Oh, wait, no.
Oh, no, that's right. Sorry, this was the other person she was fighting.
Okay.
Skip forward just a little bit.
Okay.
Right there. A little further. So, still no audiences, so it's wrestlers. Pineapple Pete.
I mean, that's fine. I love it when the wrestlers get into it. I'm glad that you're not getting any run-ins from the wrestlers. They can keep their stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I want the one that comes out from the crowd to go in and be an interrupter, to be a good heel.
Yeah.
You know.
So
She's already lost one? Come on.
it was on Dark. It wasn't on the actual, because they do AEW Dark, which is on YouTube. So, but yeah, this is her intro, and she's got contact lenses in, which is the one thing that concerns me, because it's like those things can impede your vision. I don't need someone doing fucking jumps off of ropes and shit when they can't see properly. But yeah, she's very horror-esque, and we're not gonna sit here and watch the whole match. We'll stop it here. But you're saying that she's already lost one. She wins this one. So.
Oh, okay. But I mean, you have Jeff Hardy
Mm-hmm.
doing the contact lenses. You got Rey Mysterio doing the contact lenses.
Yeah, it just concerns me. That's all I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm not saying don't do it. It's one of those things that makes me go, eh.
I mean, the entrance kind of gave me that Finn Balor feel. And I was just like, this is just a female Finn Balor with a little bit more of a darker, edgier tone. I think we're already at that peak of just go back to the old classics. Give me the fucking rope shaking.
Wow, that was
a huge Freudian slip that didn't even mean.
Well, that shouldn't even be a Freudian slip. That was just a tongue twister.
A tongue twister. Rope shaking of like the Ultimate Warrior just coming out and just.
Well, you definitely have people that aren't a gimmick, I guess you could say.
I guess it's just I would prefer to go back in time because
Billy Gunn wrestled on that episode.
Oh, did he?
Mm-hmm.
I miss
That's
him.
MJF. He fucking still has it.
Oh yeah. I saw fucking DDP give the Diamond Cutter, I was like, damn.
Well,
it didn't have it wasn't a botch per se, but it did make him look a little bit aged, but he still brought it.
No. Gunn has not lost a step, and he's got his sons there, and they call themselves the Gun Club.
Yeah. You know who still has it? The best spine buster ever.
Arn Anderson.
I remember he did something for AEW not too long ago.
He still does. He was in this episode.
He was in this episode too?
Yeah, he's the coach for the whole Nightmare family.
Really?
Yeah. So he comes out with Cody all the time, and he coaches him.
Oh, okay. Me and AEW, I'm going to set this preface. Me and the AEW are at a weird standpoint where I'll watch it if I can, but I've been having a really hard time. I don't know if you know, but my AC unit has not been working.
Yes, I know.
Okay.
I spoke with your mother.
So for the last week, we've been in sweltering heat. I said, on Friday, I'm gonna stream. That's when the AC broke, and I was like, never mind, it's hot.
No one wants to see me just pour and sweat.
Yeah, no. Even if I didn't have face and just had all gameplay, I would have been miserable.
Yeah.
Like my little tiny AC unit that I got in the back was just fucking going. It wasn't working well. And I was just like, never mind. This is a terrible idea.
But it's fixed now, right?
Kind of. That I'll talk about off cast.
All right.
Because it's kind of depressing.
But-
But soon, hopefully soon, I just knocked on wood. I'm not going to actually do it.
Reminder, we live in the fucking desert.
Yeah, it was 104 today.
I saw a high of 107 at one point.
Let's find out.
My car said 90, the highest I saw for my car, but that doesn't mean it was the highest the day hit.
How do we go back? I want to go back in time.
I don't know if you can.
I don't know either. But a 95 high.
Yeah, put it this way.
So
We're supposed to hit a new high on Monday of 109. So.
Jesus Christ. Yeah.
Mhm.
And it stays that way through the whole week. So just imagine that with no AC in a very, I wouldn't call it a small condo, but it's
A 2-bedroom condo.
a 2-bedroom condo. 2-bedroom, 2-bath. Meh. It's gonna get hot.
Yeah, so he's got plenty of excuses why he doesn't watch AEW, and none of them are valid, is what we're understanding.
I don't need this shit.
You would love it.
I would. I know I would love it.
Matt is challenging Sammy Guevara and straight up said, I'll let you pick what version of me you wrestle. And so Sammy took to Twitter and goes, which version should I wrestle, guys? As AEW actually did up the billing with every version of Matt. There's different photos. Also, before he said that he was going to do that way, they had the original billing was Sammy and Matt, but Matt's head was like blurred multiple times behind him to show all the different versions. It's fucking great.
AEW knows how to actually do this.
They've got Pineapple Pete, who's fucking hilarious. They've got Big Swole. She's great.
Orange fucking Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy. Jericho attacked him, not this episode, but the episode before, with bags of blood oranges. They sat there and beat him with them. Yeah. And then Excalibur, I do believe, said, so he's been beaten to a bloody pulp.
You don't even need a coffee pun for the day.
Oh,
that's weird. Oh, that is weird.
What? Oh, you're watching the end of her match? Yeah. I want to say that she is billed at weighing at 1,000 lost souls or something like that, if I remember correctly.
I do like the gimmick.
Gimmicks can be fun. This one is definitely interesting.
It's very boogeyman.
It is very boogeyman. But AEW is doing good stuff, and it's not all gimmicky. Like, there is plenty of things where it's like it's legit. I mean, you've got Luchasaurus, who wears the lucha mask and as to make himself look like a dinosaur, and like probably sucks on green candy before he comes out because his tongue's green. He's just this huge fucking man. But he's this huge man that can do fucking high flying shit.
Oh yeah.
And the gimmick stops at the mask and the tongue. He's not out there roaring and shit. I mean, yeah, he shows the tongue and whatnot. He's out there wrestling though.
Oh,
he's good at what he does. It's not like how WWE got with WWE, how they got with different gimmicks where it's like it's just something for the stars to beat on.
Stars.
That's not how AEW is handling it. You definitely still have jobbers.
Oh yeah. But those are mostly left for the dark. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they'll use them like
sparing to showcase new wrestlers.
No, pretty much, yeah. When they brought in the Exalted One, he fought some jobbers. When they brought in the guy that Jake the Snake's coaching, he fought some jobbers before actually fighting Cody, and then Cody whooped his ass for the title. But there's certain people that I don't even feel should be considered jobbers and should be showing up big, and they aren't. And I think that kind of just comes from the fact that they're trying to not blow what little they have right now while having to be running at bare minimum because of the pandemic.
I mean, it's fine, but it's not fine. I get why they would, but I'm whatever on it. I can't be mad at half-ass work in a half-ass environment.
And it doesn't feel half-assed either. It's just there's people out there where it's like, I'd like to see them. I know why I can't though. Yeah. Like, what's his name? There's a guy that all of his stuff is D&D themed. In fact, talking about her...
Brandon Cutler.
Yeah, and he was on Twitter talking about Abaddon coming out and how she reminded him of a D&D thing. He was like, I wonder, she fucking looks like she crawled out of the monster manual. And someone said she looked like one of the hags. He's like, yeah. And then someone else goes, well, I was thinking that, but I didn't want to say hag on... I didn't want to call her a hag. that was fucked up. But
13 down. Hag.
But no, it's just I miss seeing certain people. Not that I don't like seeing Jericho all the time. Keep showing me Jericho all the time. Just
Blah, 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 blah.
cut some of the commercials. There's a little too many commercials on TNT when I'm watching it live. You get hit hard with the commercials, and when they do picture-in-picture, you lose sound on the wrestling, which sucked because 4 episodes ago, something like that, you had Kenny Omega and Hangman Adam Page talking in like a hotel room, but it went picture-in-picture, so we didn't get the audio of their conversation the whole time.
So you didn't get story.
No, yeah, we lost the story during all that.
Like if it was like wrestling in the little corner, I would have been like, eh. But when you're losing story and actual talking, that's a problem.
Mm-hmm. So, but that's what we got for you guys this week.
Yeah, I mean, once again, we cut down the gaming news, but
just because there's so much of
there
it.
is so much.
And to be honest, I don't think it would be entertaining if we just sat here and went, there's a new game.
There's a new game.
And there's a new game.
Hey, guess what?
There's a new game.
Hey, hold on.
We like to hit all the genres.
Quincy, hold on. New game.
New game. We like to make sure you guys get your shoe news. Make sure you guys hear about what we're drinking today. Hopefully we can figure out the camera thing. That's kind of pissing us off. But
yeah, like last week I had it plugged in and it could stay plugged in. This week it was like, nah, I don't want to be plugged in. So once again, yeah, we'll figure that shit out.
But let us know if there's anything you'd like to see change in the dynamic of the show, anything like that. We'll take advice. But as always, you can find us on Twitter at The Real Ugly Mugs or individually at Quincey Robertson and at
Longshot_heroes.
Okay. I was going to say the Cliff one, and that would have been wrong. You can find the replay of this, obviously, here on Twitch, or for those who are not watching on Twitch, you can also find it on our YouTube page, which is also... I can't fucking talk all of a sudden.
Your YouTube page.
Which is also Longshot Heroes. I don't think we're going to make a separate channel for this from your Longshot Heroes, both on YouTube or Twitch. We'll probably just keep it at this.
Keep it one solidarity.
Yeah, because if we do gaming together, this it'll go up on the Longshot Hero thing anyways.
Yeah.
At most, I will make a Twitch account for myself or a YouTube account for myself if you want to see if we're playing a game where 2 different visuals would be an interesting concept.
Yeah.
But that's a maybe. Also follow us on Instagram, Ugly Mugs. We are very active there. For the most part, what gets put there also hits our Twitter. But also follow us on Twitter at The Real Ugly Mugs, because what gets put there does not transfer over to the Instagram. Sometimes you'll get stuff there that you won't get. It's good to kind of round yourself out with everything. And if you need to reach us for advertisement reasons or suggestions or anything along those lines, feel free to email us. Our email will be in the description.
Yes.
And be sure to check out Geek Grind Coffee. They help us out so that we can keep improving this. Hopefully get a better camera system, things like that. Hopefully, get some better supports for our mics so that we can run the fan in here without not swelter while doing the show. Things along those lines. So what you got to do is use the link we're going to put in the bottom, or do both of these if you want, because this is also going to get you a discount. Use the code JUST, JUSTH 2020. Don't spell out 20. It's numeric 20. Do that for a discount on your first purchase. They've got the sampler, and starting next month, I will be going through the rest of the sampler. I will do one a week starting next month.
Or next week. You said next month.
Yeah, no, I mean next month.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm
starting on the month.
Yeah, I'm gonna start in July.
Oh, copy.
Yeah. Because Lauren wants to try them too. That's pretty much the whole reason. Her schedule is changing, and so I will be able to share the coffees with her. But if you want to help out the show, we do have a Patreon. We don't have anything for you there yet, but we are working on changing that.
Yep.
And you could always donate to us on Patreon, buy things through Geekine. But the other thing that helps is like, subscribe, share wherever you're listening to us on.
That's pretty much what we're doing, is just we want to get out there.
Yeah.
That is us.
We're sitting at 5 stars on iTunes right now, and I would love to keep it that way.
4 ratings?
I haven't checked in a little bit. I'll double check.
Okay.
I forgot the login is the problem, because that one was different than the rest of our stuff because of the way iTunes does it weird. You have to use an existing iTunes account. It's the weirdest fucking thing.
I remember having so much problems setting it up, and after it was set up, I said, good, it'll be fine.
And then it didn't work, and we had to go back and fight with it. It was
a mess.
Oh, our first couple episodes were so hectic.
It was.
We're a year into this now, and the podcast side of it, we figured it out. Now we're trying to do the streaming side, and we're like, this should work easier because we've both streamed games, but for some reason, with our freaking supercomputer here and all of our equipment and our board and mics, we're just running into issues left and right.
We are.
It's like the streaming gods don't want us to be able to do this.
But we're going to do it anyways, motherfuckers.
Yeah. So, like, subscribe, share, tell a friend. If you got a friend that has a commute or a workout and they just want to kind of hear about some nerdy shit and be updated on it, tell them check us out. They want to see, movies they didn't know were out there, or movies they did know they were out there, and they want to hear our thoughts on them. Check us out, because the reality is we're doing some pretty bad and obscure movies tonight. I mean, not super obscure, but pretty bad movies tonight. Other times we do things like fucking Avengers and stuff like that, but we do things from all walks of it.
Yes.
So,
and I kind of want to see the what was the one that was on Disney Plus just now?
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah, I want to see it. I want to actually see it next week.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll throw New Age bad if there is another New Age bad.
That's the thing. You're saying you're hearing absolutely terrible things. I'm seeing other people who are loving it. So that one's like all over the place. Yeah. The main complaint I have seen, I haven't done my super research, was that it is not completely different, but like the story at its heart is very different from the books. So fans of the series are pissed. I mean, but the author likes the story.
Then we'll see. We'll see what comes out next week. Maybe.
I mean, yeah, we might do Artemis Fowl. I'm not objecting to it. I'm just saying I don't know.
I don't know.
So, but that's all I've got. All you got?
That's all I've got.
All right. And so with that, I got to do it, and I know it's gonna drive you nuts. But don't worry. Be frappy.
I don't like that one. I don't like that joke.
Bye, guys.
Bye.